are on Daria. This is the last Zerg hope for Acer. It's the purple Zerg in the top left. Acer Scarlet. And over here in the top right spawn, we have the guy who just won 3 ZVZs in a row against some incredibly good European Zerg players. It is Complexity Gosu User as the pink Zerg.
Okay, so another ZVZ, of course. We'll see what these guys offer. Ghost User has done close to the same thing every game. The first 2 ZVZs he played, he decided to go for a pool into hatch, into 5 queens, and then kind of go up into roaches, infestors, hydralisks from there into about a 15-minute attack. In the last game, he decided to go hatch first into 5 queens, and then roaches and infestors and hydralisks, etc., into a 15-minute attack.
Indeed.
And all 3 of those games have worked out really well for him. I wouldn't expect much deviation. I would expect maybe Scarlet to try something a little bit weird here to throw him off his game, but thus far, Ghost User has had a really cool ZVZ style.
Yeah, I definitely recommend any Zerg players in the audience who are having trouble with ZVZ. I know that mirror matchups they tend to be players' hardest matchup on ladder, and I'm sure there's a lot of Zerg going on the ladder at the moment. I saw that screenshot of the European server top 8. It was all Zerg,
yep.
All 8. Zictamini, TLO were up there, and you know, some of the Acer guys were actually on there as well.
Yep.
We've got Scarlet taking expansion at the exact same time as Ghost User, so that production tab is going to be mirrored for a little while in this match as well. But Scarlet going to build a drone where it looks like Ghost User wants to save his minerals for a quicker pool.
Yeah, so 15 hatch, 14 pool. Looks like Scarlet went for 15 hatch and a 17 pool afterwards. So, but otherwise, builds are still pretty consistent. She's just back about 15 seconds on the overall build time there.
Yep, and has that extra drone to be able to mine with briefly, but hatchery gonna be done for Ghost User here soon. And is this, yeah, no, neither player's added on gas. Okay, there we go. First extractor from Scarlet. Ghost User still not adding on gas though. Looks like he is gearing up for that same build, and I'm sure Ghost User's played it enough where he's prepared to deal with early attacks from Zerg opponents. I feel like you know, someone copying this build for the ladder might have difficulty in that first portion of the game because, you know, ladder tends to be really, really aggressive. You get rushed a lot, and if you're not prepared to deal with it, that build could possibly be a lot harder to pull off. So if you're gonna try to use Ghost User's build in ZVZ, just be cautious that first 6 or 7 minutes is gonna be hard to deal with.
Okay, well, he actually has deviated from his strategy.
Oh my.
He's decided to go for gas. Shocking, I know. With just the first 2 queens coming up too, he may actually be cutting that off in favor of a bit more tech here in just a second. Scarlet, on the other hand, well, she's looking pretty normal now. Zergling speed is coming up. She's not pulling off of gas, though, so she has something in mind for the follow-up, whether it's going to be a quick layer like we saw out of Inertio or not, I'm not sure.
Maybe Ghost User will build a Baneling Nest. That would be a first. That would be a first for today. We do have a Spine Crawler coming up, though, so it looks like he's still hunkering down. Oh, I think I can guess what's going to happen. I think since he still hasn't built a Baneling Nest and he is building that Spine Crawler, it makes me think that he's going to go for roaches, but this time just a bunch of them, and maybe not go for lair quite as quickly and try to just power her down. It's possible. We'll see what Scarlet's going to do to react.
There's indeed a Roach Warren. +1 attacks for ranged units already coming out for Scarlet, so let's see if she drops down her own Roach Warren here momentarily. She will certainly need something defensively in a bit because that Roach Warren is about halfway done now for Ghost User. And Ghost User gets in. He scouts out quite a bit. He saw the Evolution Chamber, and he saw that the spawning pool was actually working as well. So he knows Zergling speed is on the way, but we'll see how he follows it up.
Okay, so Scarlet taking her time, not building a Baneling Nest or a Roach Warren. More Overlords being created to improve that cap space. I'm thinking 8 to 10 to 12 roaches coming up for Ghost User. Actually, first starting with some lings.
Well, yeah, he didn't have that much gas
right.
sitting around.
You're right. So starting with some lings, he could actually send the roaches first and send the lings as a follow-up. But everything that he does will have to run through that very good vision of Overlords that Scarlet has out. So he needs to be confident that whatever he sends at her will be enough to get the job done.
Oh, and she's taking a third base because she is not sure what's happening right now. So this could be really, really rough as Ghost User has a very very, very strong attack coming out right now.
Yeah, Scarlet could be doing what Nergio did, which was take that third base a little sooner and then just try to deny that third base of Ghost User. Ghost User looks, of course, to us that he's not interested in that. He's already moving with his roaches, making 20 lings right now. So Scarlet playing a little bit more greedy macro style, taking that third base sooner and getting that lair tech up sooner is going to need some units right now. She's got 4 roaches on the way, making another Overlord to clear that caps supply space. And +1 ranged weapons are going to be done for Scarlet here soon. I don't think Ghost User, yeah, I think that's his first Evo Chamber coming up now. So Scarlet could actually have the upgrade advantage, but if she's down on total units, that could still be really difficult to hold this.
All right, so what are the units at right now? 8 roaches to 4, 31 lings to just 2, and the lings are getting in and starting to do damage right now. 1 queen falls, a second may here in just a second. That is actually Scarlet's last queen, and Ghost User is just overrunning this position. He has decimated everything, and upgrades or no upgrades, it doesn't matter. Ghost User has just crushed through the front.
Yep.
There's GG. Acer is down. They are out of the Contender division, down to the Amateur division, and Complexity will be playing for those up and down matches to get into the Premier Division.
Man, great job by Complexity Ghost User, winning 4 games straight. I mean, Minigun did take a great game against Paranoid as well. It was a longer one, but Ghost User showing a wonderful build for ZVZ, and perhaps, you know, planting that build in Scarlet's mind where she's like, okay, I can get away with this, and then just deny his third and I'll be so far ahead. But then he just, you know, flipped a switch, went to Roach Aggression, and Scarlet just had nothing to be able to defend there. So Ghost User staying on top of his mind gaming a little bit, showing a really, really good Zerg vs. Zerg build against Bly, Nerchio, and Dark Hydra. Complexity didn't even have to reach for their Korean Terran players, so I'm sure they're thrilled with the performance as well. Acer is a team that's just been, you know, in contention with a lot of Korean teams. They take 4 wins on teams like MVP and TSL all the time, and just couldn't get it done against Ghost User there.
Yeah, Complexity really showing up in a big way, so congratulations to them. As I mentioned, they are moving into the up and down matches. We have one more team to decide to get into the up and down matches. As I said, tomorrow we have Coronte Esports Club versus Enes Hosa. If Enes Hosa wins, they are into the up and down matches. If they lose, Dignitas is into the up and down matches. So,
okay, so Dignitas praying for an Enes Hosa victory, because they've already beat Enes Hosa. Johnny Rico with a wonderful performance against them. I think won 4 games straight. So yeah, Dignitas is cheering for their Korean counterparts to. Oh wait, no,
they're cheering for Coronte to beat them.
The Spanish counterparts,
because it would just be record at that point.
True.
So.
Okay. You got a good point there. Okay, so they want Enes Hosa to crash and burn, and then Dignitas can advance to those up and down matches, and Johnny Rico can try to flex his might against some of the Korean players in the Premier Division. So let's remind everyone the Premier Division teams that will be playing down. Since Slayers just disbanded, whatever that, we're still trying to figure out exactly what we want to do in that situation for Slayers match in the up and down matches. But also we've got Liquid went 0-3 in their division, so they're going to be playing down.
That's right.
Against one of those top seeded teams, which are Coronte is going to get number 1.
Coronte, they're through no matter what. I don't know.
If they lose to Enes Hosa, they'll lose that heads up too.
Yeah, exactly.
So Enes Hosa would be first in the group.
Yes, they would take first in the group. So it does have implications there too. So yeah, so we know that Coronte's through. We know that Complexity's through. We know that FXO is through into the up and downs. We don't know if it's Dignitas or Enes Hosa yet.
Prime and TSL, I think.
Yes, and Prime and TSL are the other up and down matches. So to let you know how things will shake out for the playoffs, we know it's going to be EG versus StarTail. We have MVP versus IM. The winner of those 2 matches will then play for the championship. That is our championship of the whole event. But Prime, TSL, Team Liquid have all been sent down to the up and down matches. Of course, Slayer's disbanded, so they're not in the tournament at all. And they'll be facing off against a lot of teams from the Contender division. At the very least, Coronte, FXO, and Complexity.
That's right. So very, very good job from Complexity to get to that point to play in the up and down matches at all. Thanks very much to Acer for playing all of the Contender division matches, and better luck next season. I mean, that's a rough way. They have to restart basically all the way from scratch against some really, really competitive teams all around the world trying to get into those Contender division slots. So yeah, tough break, but gotta play better next time.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for us tonight. Follow the IGN Pro League on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube as @IGNProLeague. You can also follow us personally on Twitter. I'm @KevinAki. He is @AskJoshi. And we will catch you later. So have a good one. We'll be back for Coronte Esports Club versus Enes Hosa tomorrow night.
Bye, guys.